Afternoons with Hart, Fitzy, and Johnson on WEEI.
Back here on WEEI Afternoons, and we go right to the guest line for a very special guest, a friend of the program, a friend of Ted Johnson's, Dr. Al Franke from Boston Prolotherpy joining us. Hey, Doc, how you doing?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on. What do you want to know about Drake May's shoulder?
Let's get right to it. I love it. Obviously, Dr. Al Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. He was a former orthopedic surgeon, but he's now an orthopedic physician. Has been that for a long time and runs a great practice there at Boston Prolotherapy, which you hear all the time. They're located in Stoneham. But yeah, Doc, you with your background and you also. My goodness, you were also the medicine doctor for Bentley University Athletics for 30 years. So well-versed in things like this. You saw the injury there with Drake May in Denver, or the hit that maybe caused the injury. And just give us your thoughts. Obviously, you haven't examined Drake May, but just your opinions from where you were sitting on maybe what you saw with that hit and what maybe is going on with Drake May's shoulder.
Well, I was sitting on the couch with a beer, but I can tell you this.
My kind of dog.
He landed on the point of his shoulder, which is classically the cause of an AC separation, which is basically a sprain of the acromioclavicular joint, or we call it the AC joint. And it's very common to have that kind of injury. There are 3 grades of this injury. A grade 1 injury involved, well, let me go back up. There are 2 ligaments that hold the joint together. The acromioclavicular one, which is on top, and the coracoclavicular, which is on the bottom. When he fell, he went and actually touched the top of his shoulder, which means it was the top ligament that I think he has sprained, which is good news, okay? A grade 1 sprain is just that ligament is stretched or torn. It does not dislocate the joint. The joint stays right where it's supposed to. It's just a question of pain. A grade 2 sprain involves both ligaments, and the clavicle can jump up a little bit. We call it a step off. It's not dislocated, but it's bumped up a little bit. A grade 3 sprain is a complete dislocation, meaning both ligaments are completely ruptured. I don't think he has that at all. I think he has a grade 1 sprain that hurts, and it should not affect his throwing mechanics at all. It's just the question of pain.
So, Dr. Franke, what I'm sure you're aware he has been listed as limited in practice. Then he missed practice today with an illness, but we now have 9 days leading up to the Super Bowl. How do you think they'll manage this? Will there be less throwing? Will there be treatments? Would there be an injection on game day? What's sort of the plan over the next week plus?
Well, I can tell you what I would probably do. I would give him a test injection of a little bit of lidocaine at that area of the joint, and if that takes his pain away, and if he does not have any pain lower down, then I would let him practice either with a lidocaine patch, which might take his pain away, or an injection. This is not a cortisone injection, just a local anesthetic. And he could safely practice as long as he's not getting hit. Nobody's going to be hitting him in practice, I'm sure.
Right.
And he could practice all his plays, do all his throwing, and if he's pain-free during those practices, it's also good for his head to know that he's going to be pain-free for the game. However, you got to protect his shoulder. That's where the trainers come in to do some taping to protect it, protect that joint a little bit more. But I would let him practice as much as he wanted to do, because it's not going to heal in 2 weeks, okay? It takes longer to heal. So this is just a question of pain management for him.
Dr. Franke, is this now? Obviously, everyone's concerned about the Super Bowl in 9 days, but this is only his second year in the NFL. Is this potentially something that could turn into something that's easily re-aggravated, or a potential long-term nagging issue for him?
Well, Yeah, I mean, he could re-injure it in the game if he falls onto his shoulder again. That's why you try to tape it a little bit to give it some support. But it's not a horrible injury in the sense of you could have some nagging pain, and that can be treated. You could treat it with PRP, or you could treat it with Prolotherpy. I'm not trying to promote my stuff. Or a minor surgical procedure, not a major one. Sometimes all you do is cut out a little bit of the bone that may be rubbing, if it's rubbing the joint, in a lousy way. You could do that, and that's a very minor procedure. So this is not a game-ending, career-ending injury by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, Doc, I guess just to wrap it up, I mean, so right now it's just more of a pain management, and he can go through practices depending on how the pain is. You maybe do the lidocaine, but
yeah.
So if it, let's just say if it was worse than a grade 1, I know you're saying that you think it's probably if it was say worse than that. I mean, could he play on a grade 2, grade 3? He couldn't, but could he play on something more if it was more severe?
Okay, let's go through the other two. The grade 2, he could play on it. Okay. Same thing again. It's just a pain issue. Okay. A grade 3 where it's completely popped out. Here's the funny part about it. That one might disrupt your throwing mechanics, but it won't hurt because it's completely popped out. Okay.
Okay.
So he might not even have any pain, but that gives you a big bump on the top of his shoulder. And I don't think he had that. He would have been a little bit more dysfunctional in the game because when that bone pops out, it can change the motion of your shoulder. So the first two are pain only. The third one would be motion. But oddly enough, you'd be playing without as much pain, but he wouldn't be able to bring his arm up and as far back because that bone popping out could block some of that motion.
Dr. Franke, before we let you go, I did want to ask, we talked to him on Tuesday, and then I think he said it again in his press conference to the media. He alluded to, it's been a long season, I've thrown a lot of balls, maybe some wear and tear. Is it a possibility maybe there's a couple things going on here? There's whatever happened on that acute injury play. Could he also just have shoulder fatigue? Have you seen anything that would lead you to believe that's a possibility?
Well, I mean, he may have had some of that beforehand, but when you look at the replay, he landed right on the point of his shoulder, and that's classically how you injure your AC joint. And what certified it for me is he took his hand, and I'd have to look at it again, and he took his finger and actually kind of touched the spot.
Yep.
He pointed to it. Okay. Yep. But I'm doing this just from my couch in a TV set, of course. So we'll see. Do they have to say what his injury is? I wouldn't say.
No, just right shoulder. Yep. All they have to say is right shoulder, and that's all they've done. So before we let you go, clearly you're a Patriots fan. Can I get a prediction in the game?
He's been thinking about it. Yep. Ask him. Yep.
Okay. You may or may not like it. Either they're going to win by 3 points or they're going to lose by 20.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. It's a Brian Hoyer prediction.
Yeah, you got a wide span there. Let's hope the first part is right. Let's hope they win by 3 points. I prefer that prediction from you.
The karma is there. This is one of these years where it's going to keep happening, I think. Yeah. And I think his shoulder is going to be okay. I think he's going to be able to pass the ball.
That's
awesome.
That's a relief.
Love it.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, we appreciate the insight and the expertise you bring, and we appreciate the support of the show in general and of Ted and everything we got going on here. So thank you, and enjoy the game, and hopefully we get that 3-point win.
Okay, thanks, guys. By the way, you all do a great job.
Thanks, Doctor.
Sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Doctor. Dr. Franke from Boston Prolotherpy there with some insight, and I don't know about you guys. He made me feel better.
I feel a lot better.
He made me feel a little bit better about the situation with Drake May's shoulder, that it's just pain. Give him some lidocaine out there, practice with it so he'll know exactly how it's going to feel when he throws on the practice field, work out the kinks, baby, and then Super Bowl Sunday, you're ready.
He's been doing this a long time. My guess is his theory is probably the right one.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's absolutely right. So your phone calls are still lined up, so let's get back to the phone line.